Organic Cooking. I am Donna, and today we're going to make salmon in boiled walnut sauce that in Georgian is tevzis satsivi. So as you already know, we use a lot of walnut sauce and walnut paste, and we put meat or fish or vegetables in the sauce. So today I'm going to show how to make this simple, really delicious salmon in boiled walnut sauce. So I actually have the recipe in my cookbook around the Georgian table that you can order from my website or Amazon. So I actually have about 1.5 pounds salmon steaks, which I'm gonna cut. I have 1/2 cup walnuts. For that amount, I might need a little more because in the recipe I have 1 pound of salmon and 1/2 cup walnuts. So I might need to add a little more. I also have here blue fenugreek, coriander, and marigold ground up. 1 egg yolk, 1 yellow onion. We're gonna need a little bit of vinegar and a couple of bay leaves, and I think that's it pretty much. Salt and pepper, of course. All right, let's do it. You can always use salmon fillet or any other fish, but I kind of like to use fish that has bones in, because when you are making broth, it's always good to have bones because bones give nice flavor to the broth. So I'm just gonna cut it into, you know, like small pieces, not bite size, but about 1 inch size pieces, and put them in the pot. Same with the bone, because that's gonna give the broth nice flavor, and it'll be great to clean that. I also have a couple of bay leaves that I'm gonna put there, because fish and bay leaves are really great together. There you go, there you go, all done. I'm gonna add about 2 cups water. Yes, we're gonna need 2 cups water because we need that to kind of submerge. We're gonna season that with salt generously. Okay, and start to boil. Okay. So when you start to boil that and it starts to boil, you can turn the temperature down and let it simmer on medium-low. In a few minutes, the water is going to start boiling, and you'll see this little foam on the surface, and it will be good if you can skim that, because if you want that broth nice and clear, it's a good idea to get rid of the foam. And I have the temperature on medium-low, and I'm getting rid of all the foam. If you have a slotted spoon, that's even better. The thing is, like, when you see how clear the broth is, that's perfect. It doesn't have a lot of oil on the surface, but that's fine. If you're using the fish that's quite oily, then that's gonna be useful, but it's fine. So I'm trying to get rid of all the foam. It's a little tedious, but it's very important step, because I want to use this broth and I don't want that in my broth. So it doesn't take long to cook salmon, but it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm gonna take the pieces out, and if in the broth, if you still see like little foam, so we can always filter it in the strainer so that our broth is nice and clear. Next, we're gonna chop our onions, because believe it or not, satsivi needs some onions. But if you don't like onions, I'm gonna make them disappear and flavor the sauce, but you won't feel that. So I chop it nice and fine, small pieces. A little bit usually use the fat from the fish broth, but my fish broth does not have any fat, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil and just start sauteing it on a medium low. Covered because I want that nice and soft and translucent and not caramelized. So I want just like flavor but not the crunchy texture of onions. Okay, onions are cooking. I'm gonna add just a little bit of broth to help them to kind of soften up nicely and get that going. We're gonna do our walnut sauce. I'm gonna add some walnuts, spices. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt here and just grind. I want that really fine, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of vinegar now and make it a nice paste. I might add a little bit of broth in there. There you go, perfect. I think we need some chili flakes. Okay, a little more broth. All right, that's beautiful. All in there. I can add this egg yolk too in there. And I'm gonna grind those onions too so that you don't feel that. Our onions are pretty much ready. So it's nice and soft, and I'm gonna add them to my walnut sauce. All of them. Go in there. Actually, let's do that. And check that. Because it's actually hard to grind them when they're so saucy already. And make sure that they are perfectly fine. Perfect. Salt is good. It's a little spicy, but not too much. And I put this sauce back here. I'm actually gonna add just 5 cloves because I think it's gonna be good. I'm always changing the recipe. And we're gonna put those pieces back in the sauce. You can do this back, put it back too. And that's juice too. Okay. And put it back on the stove, cover, and we're gonna let it boil for a minute and just simmer for just 30 seconds, and this is done. So the fish will absorb all the flavors from the sauce, all the spices and cloves and bay leaf, and then we can serve that. Let's see. So the sauce is nice and thick, and this is pretty much ready, guys. It's actually a great dish if you're having friends over and you want to make something different and interesting. And these 2 pieces of steak will feed about 4 or 5 people. Because you're gonna serve it with something else, right? You're gonna serve it over rice or polenta or grits, and well, they're not gonna eat a lot of salmon. You can always garnish with some thyme leaves. Okay. And the good thing is that you can have this and enjoy this dish like during the week, have the leftovers, and it's good cold, room temperature. It's excellent. How about we'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil to make it prettier. Oh my goodness. Maybe some lemon juice.
Lemon?
Mm-hmm. You have to taste that. I'm gonna taste that. Oh well, I need a knife. I cannot eat the whole chunk of that fish. David, you want to taste it? Oh my goodness. I have a small bite. This is so good, guys. And that is it for today, my dear friends. So that was salmon in boiled walnut sauce, tevzis satsivi. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to order the book. And bye-bye.